Hello, and this is Notary Life with Kimmi. So today, guys, we're talking all things Ron. And I'm going to talk about 8 things they do not tell you about Ron, okay? So let's just get right into it because it's a lot of information. So number 1, Ron is not available in all 50 states. Right now, it's about 35, 36 states where Ron is available, and that is remote online notary. That's what Ron is, just for clarification of those who do not know. So it's not available in all 50 states. There are some states that have a provision available due to COVID that they are allowing some temporary RONs or remote online notarizations to take place. So before you invest a lot of money into training, make sure it's something that is legal in your state. Number 2, you must have a good knowledge of computers yourself. Computer skills. You must be able to almost act in the form of an IT employee, information technology. Why? Because you need to know the software that you're working on. You also need to be able to explain it to the other person on the other line. If they're older or there's a language barrier, that can take you an hour or hours to complete one notarization, which will affect your ability to make money. So make sure you have a good working knowledge of computers and also different software programs, okay? Also, so let's go to number 3. There are over 40 different platforms, and some will allow you to bring your own clients. Some will have you perform so many notarizations before they give you their clients. So the commission can be different on each one. What they charge per transaction could be different. So you're not just going to be sitting there collecting money. The money is split, as it is with signing companies, between you and whatever platform you're using. So you may or may not be aware of that. I don't want you to just sit and think, oh, I'm just going to do these phone calls. Beep, I'm ready for the next one. Beep, I'm ready for the next one. And money. No, the money is still split. And as an employee, you're always going to usually come out, with less of it. That's just the reality. 4, you have to have the proper equipment. So that's going to be cameras, storage space, hard drive, and all of that for electronic journals. More money, more training. You have to get training for Ron. You can't just hop on and start taking calls on any platform. So training is going to be an additional fee. Number 5, it's going to be just like the signing companies. As you're sitting there taking phone calls, it's going to be competitive. You're taking calls. The next notary is taking calls. So it's just like a signing company. You got to move fast. And there are different tips people can give you, but I just don't want you to be sitting there thinking the calls are just going to be coming in. No, it may be a lull or a downtime with remote online notarization also. You may be just sitting there waiting. Okay, let's move on to number 6. You still have to market yourself. A lot of the platforms, as I mentioned earlier, will have you bring your own client over to their platform. So that means you have to market. It's never going to be just as easy as sitting there again and you're just getting calls and making money. In order to make money, you have to put some effort into it. So how do you market yourself when it comes to remote online notarizations? The same way you do with your general notary, you would put it on your Google My Business and put remote online notary. And then as the client calls you, you can explain to them, well, hey, I don't have to come to you face to face. I can perform this right from your computer at your home, and I have a computer at my home. Now, it may take a little explaining because some people still aren't familiar with that. They don't even know what a regular notary is, right? Number 7, what they don't tell you is that you do need to be Ron trained. You cannot just hop on the computer and start taking calls. You have to have some training. So the caution here is do not start taking training from every person that's talking about Ron. Because 1, you may not even be able to do so in your state. 2, you don't want it to be like the signing agent training. I've heard so many people say, well, I took training with this person, that person, and I still don't have any signings. It could be the same thing with remote online training. Be careful. Don't just start chasing everyone talking about it, thinking you're going to get rich. And do a little investigation into the trainer you pick, the platform you pick, everything. You always want to do your research. And number 8 is if you like working in a call center environment. They don't talk about that. So you're sitting at home with the headset on all day, call after call. You may not like working in a call center. Did you leave a call center job and now you're going to take that back on at your home? So think about all of these 8 different things. I'm going to recap really quick, okay? Number 1, it may not be legal in your state. Number 2, you need to have a good working knowledge of software and be able to help other people on the other end of the phone with IT. Number 3, there are many platforms to choose from. Make sure you choose the correct one because there are fees associated with everything. Do you have to bring your own clients? Think about that. Number 4, you need special equipment for storing your journal. You need special equipment for cameras, etc. Number 5, it is just like the signing services. While you're sitting there, you have to wait and get the call fastest. Just like accepting notifications, it's the same thing when you're sitting there waiting on your remote calls to come through. I'm waiting, someone else is waiting, so you have to be the fastest. Number 6, you still have to market yourself. The calls are not just coming in. You have to bring your own clients over to some of the platforms. So you want to think about that. And number 7 is don't take training from everyone because you just don't know if you're getting the right training. You want to do a little investigation before you just start shelling out more money for training. Train. Do a little homework on your own and find out what's the best program. And number 8, do you like working in a call center? Is that something you enjoy? If not, you may want to think about not doing remote online notary. We all know that things are changing constantly every day, and I do believe that eventually RON will be legal in all 50 states. However, just be cautious today how you spend your resources. Be a realist in what the expectations are of whatever endeavor you choose. So I've given you some things to think about. Again, this is always your business. I just bring you the information, things to think about, okay? This is Notary Life with Kimmi, and it's been my pleasure.